Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are safe and fine at your home. Okay, let's start today's topic. It's the soil profile. Right, before starting the soil profile, let's have a look on the part which we discussed in online class. Right? Okay, what is soil? First question is what is soil? Then soil is the uppermost layer of the earth crust, which is blackish brown in color. It's an important natural resource. Right? Next, what are the major function of the soil? And the major function of the soil are number one, it supports plant growth, obviously by holding the roots firmly and supplying water and nutrient to the plant. And then second is it acts as a natural habitat. There are so many microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, earthworm, and so many other worms also which live in the soil. Then it is a home of the so many organisms. Next is it is also essential for the agriculture, which provide us food, clothing, shelter, etc. It supplies water and nutrient to the plant. Therefore, we can say that soil is a inseparable part of the life. Okay. Now next is humus. What is humus? Then humus is a organic compound. It is a organic compound. Organic compound means which is made up of plants, yeah, which is a part of plant and or animal, right? Then humus is an organic component present into the soil formed by the decomposition of the plant material or the animal material by the microorganisms which are present in the soil. It means microorganisms decompose the plant and animal debris and convert it into the humus, right? Then humus is the rotting dead matter in the soil. It makes the soil fertile, increase the water holding capacity, water absorption capacity, right? Next topic is withering. Withering actually alternate withering means soil formation. It is a process of soil formation, right? Alternate heating and cooling due to the heat of the sun, rain cause the rocks to crack, and these cracks got filled with the water, and the water in the cracks frozen due to the severe cold in the winters. As water expands when frozen, then the ice breaks the rocks into the smaller pieces by the pressure or due to the pressure of that frozen ice, that frozen water. Then that rock breaks down, and root of the trees and other plants, they also grow in size, which also help in the breaking down of the rocks, right? Day and night variation and the action of the wind and flowing water also added to the withering process. They also increase the process of withering, right? Then finally the rocks converts into the fine, or we can say a small particle, then the in the fine particles. Then this process is called withering. Eventually the rocks are converted into the soil, which mix with the dead plant and animals to form the humus. It means when the humus is added to the soil, then it becomes the fertile. The process of withering took millions of years for the formation of soil. This process is never stop. It is a continuous process still going on. Okay, now next. Now this is a topic soil profile. Today we will discuss about the soil profile. Now you can see in this picture, this is the soil profile, right? These are the layers of the soil. We usually see the top surface of the soil, not the layers below it. If we look at the side of the recently dug ditch, we can see the inner layers of the soil, right? Such a view enables us to observe the soil profile at that particular place. Soil profile can be seen while we dig a well or laying the foundation of the building. Then also we can see these different layer of the soil profile, these different layer of the soil, and these layers are called soil profile, right? This vertical section of the soil. Now see the vertical section of the soil from the ground surface to the bedrock is called the soil profile. You can see in this previous picture. This is the ground surface, and this is the lowermost layer, bedrock, right? These are the parental rock. Okay, now see, the first layer is called A horizon, right? First layer is called A horizon. The second layer is called B horizon, and the next third C horizon, then the bedrock, right? Now see this one. The first is A horizon. A horizon forms the topsoil. This is also called the top soil. Also got the topsoil. This layer consists of the humus and minerals, and this is dark in color. The color is always dark due to the humus. And this layer is very important for the healthy growth of the plants, as it is a soft, porous means having the pores in it, you know, soft, porous, and it holds a lot of water. It also provides the shelter to the many decomposers such as microbes and worms, etc., right? Now see here also, anything left? No. Okay, so since the root of the most plant are confined to this layer only. Okay, now next is the B horizon. It is called subsoil. As I told you, the upper most is called topsoil, then the second one is called subsoil. It is more compact and hard layer, and this layer is less fertile than the topsoil, and contain few living organisms, very few living organisms. The subsoil is rich in the minerals and iron oxides, right? Okay, and plant roots, I told you, generally grow till this layer only. Now, next is, you can see in this picture also, see, these are the roots, and sometimes roots come this in this layer also. Okay, now see the third. Third is called sea horizon, and the layer of the soil which lies just below the subsoil is called sea horizon. It consists of the small pieces of the broken rocks with the cracks and crevices found by the withering of the bedrock or the parent rock. And in last, the fourth is this is the parent rock or the parent rock material having the large parts of the rocks, or the whole rocks are there. This is the hardest and rocky surface of the unwithered soil. Once again, see, this is, now have a look on this again. The topmost is A horizon. In the A horizon, humus will be here, and the root will grow uh, mainly in this, and sometimes they also grow to the next one also. And this is also called topsoil. What it is called? Topsoil. And second, I told you this horizon is called subsoil. It is rich in the minerals. And next is the sea horizon. The first in the first one, fine particles are there. In the second one, particles are larger, and in third one, you can see there are large particle, not too much large, but comparatively they are the larger. And the last one, bedrock, it is having the unwithered rocks. Okay, then this was about the soil profile, right? Now see the next, soil erosion. Next topic is soil erosion. Do you know what is soil erosion? What's the meaning of the soil erosion? Erosion means to wash away, you know, gradual removal of the topsoil by the action of the water, wind, waves, snow. It's called the soil erosion, right? And the factor affecting the soil erosion are both natural as well as these may be caused by the humans. And some of these factors are heavy rains, flood, that makes the soil particle loose and leads to soil erosion. Okay, now next method to prevent the soil erosion. What are these methods? Then the first is deforestation. Uh, loosen the this deforestation loosens the particle of the soil and leads to easy erosion of the soil by the wind and water. Right? Deforestation makes the land barren, infertile, you know, increasing the chance of the flood, and the area with the low vegetation suffer from more erosion of the soil, right? And the second is one more method, one more reason is also there, that is the poor farming method, right? Poor farming method, you know, We don't have too much developed farming method. Then poor farming method adopted by the farmers also add up to the soil erosion. And one more thing, that is the overgrazing. Overgrazing. Overgrazing means if overgrazing, graze करना है ना animal का वहाँ पे चरना, overgrazing by the animals and the construction of the roads and development of the houses also lead to the increase the chances of the soil erosion. ठीक है. And so what are the way to prevent the soil erosion? We have to plant more tree, and a good method, improved method of farming should be applied. And next is chicken and grazing. Yes, we should reduce the grazing of animal at one place, right? Okay, now next I told you about this. Now properties of soil, we will discuss properties of soil. Then there are mainly three properties. The first is texture of the soil. Now first is texture of the soil. If we see the texture, then soil are mainly of three type. One may be gritty texture, है ना, gritty. uh, Now see the spelling, Grit, gritty. If it's it means if you touch the soil, then you feel the particles, grittiness. If it is gritty soil, then it will be sand. It means particles are too much large. And the second, soil will be smooth. If it is smooth soil, it is smooth, then uh, it may be clay or loamy, mainly clay. And if it is sticky, also smooth and sticky, right? Sticky, smooth and sticky, then it will be the clay, right? If it is gritty, then sand. If it is smooth, then soil, loamy. And if it is smooth as well as sticky, then it will be clay soil, right? Okay, now next is the percolation rate of the water into the soil. So what is the meaning of the percolation rate? Percolation rate means seeping water into the soil. Percolation rate for a given soil is the time taken by the water to pass through it. कितनी देर में पानी जो है उससे पास होके नीचे चला जाता है, right? Knowing the percolation rate of the soil enable us to study whether the soil would allow a rapid drainage of water or hold a lot of water for a long time. Soil that allow water to percolate moderately is more suitable for the plant growth, है ना? If water drains too fast, then it hardly available for the plant unless the plant have a very deep root system that can obtain the water directly from the water table. And soil with very small particles tend to provide the sticky area for the water, thereby retaining it for longer period, right? And such soils are poorly aerated. It means they have the less air inside, and hence are not the best soil for the plant growth. Okay. The ability of the soil to retain water is also called its water absorption ability, right? Okay, then moisture in the soil or water holding capacity. The amount of the water which is present in the soil depends on its water holding capacity. It means how much water it can hold. If it can hold the water, as the clay soil have the most, we can say सबसे ज़्यादा water holding capacity किसकी होती है? Clay soil की होती है. It can hold the water for a long time. Sand have least water holding capacity. As I told you, uh, all the water will percolate through the sand, right? Okay, then there are some question in the NCERT book. They are related to the percolation rate of water. Which soil would have highest percolation rate? Which have highest percolation rate? Then the answer will be sand. सारा वाटर फटाफट अपने अंदर से निकल के जाने देती है. Which soil would have the lowest percolation rate? किसका percolation rate सबसे कम होगा? जो सबसे ज्यादा पानी को होल्ड कर लेगी, अपने अंदर से पास ही नहीं होने देती. That is the clay, right? The answer will be clay. And next, which type of the soil will allow water to reach in a well faster and in greater amount? ठीक है, किसी वेल में पानी जो है सबसे ज्यादा कब इकट्ठा होगा, कौन सी सॉइल उसको पानी वाटर को सारा का सारा नीचे की तरफ जाने देगी और वो वेल में इकट्ठा हो जाएगा? देन द आंसर इज which, can you guess it? This will be sandy soil. Sandy soil having the highest percolation rate. It have the highest percolation rate and allow the rainwater to reach up to the well faster and in greater amount, right? Then in sandy soil retain the least water. All the water will percolate through the sand. Okay, all the water will be percolate through the sand. Water will go down, so the well will fill. Okay, then I think it is enough for today. uh, Next topic we will discuss in the next video. Okay, thanks for watching me.